So let's say you started dabbling using tarot for your writing, and you've been pulling one card at a time, which is great. Today I want to teach you how to make magic with combinations. Hi, I'm Jennifer Gregson, a tarot book coach who helps writers discover the magical tool of tarot to help them finish their novels, all with a smile on their face. Looking at one tarot card can give you amazing ideas. It can give you insight. It can get you out of your own head. It can move you forward in wherever you are stuck. Using one card at a time is perfect. But adding a second card or even a third can take you from pretty awesome to freaking amazing. And today I want to show you how easy it is. So I'm going to take you through the process live right here on camera. And I am using my favorite deck for this, the Gilded Tarot Royale. You can find this on Amazon. It is one of my favorite decks to use for creativity. So I'm going to pull one card and show you exactly the steps I take to do just one card. And then we're going to add a second card. So me shuffling live on camera is not fun. Okay. The Queen of Cups. This is a fun card. So what I like to do is I like to look at the background and then the foreground and then sort of do a little what's going on, what's the action, maybe a little bit about the main character of the card. So let's look at the background first. She's by this beautiful window with sheer curtains. You can look out over a seascape, an ocean view, which is pretty cool because this is a cups card and cups represents water, so it makes sense. In the foreground, she has these two little puppies. They're very cute, very primped. They seem very pampered. That's a pretty, she's very luxe. I mean, look at that gown. Look at that ornate lamp. Almost looks like a mermaid tail at the top. Again, kind of thinking of that water theme. So I want you to look at this card and see, what do you see in the background? What do you see in the foreground? What immediately jumps out at you? To me, what immediately jumps out is that she is just bored. She looks a little bored to me. I'm kind of getting this impression that she is a very pampered princess kind of character. Maybe, I mean, if we're doing like a modern YA book, right? That's what I write. Maybe she is the rich girl in town. She has everything she ever wants. Her parents give her everything she wants, everything she needs, everything her little heart desires, right? She has the cutest little car. She wears all of the best clothes, but she is bored with life. Okay? So that's what I see. That doesn't mean that what you see is wrong. I always tell my students that what you see in the card is correct. There are no wrong answers here. If you write a totally different genre than me, you're immediately going to gravitate toward different things, right? So maybe you write murder mysteries. You might see that she is contemplating her next move. Maybe she's the villain. Maybe she's the one that's causing all the murders. A female serial killer, always a very cool character, right? Not in life, but in books. So maybe that's what you immediately see. So that's one card. Now let's add a second card. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to look at the cards individually. Ooh. So I pulled the Two of Pentacles. So again, what do you see in the background, right? There's this violent storm going on. I mean, look at that thunder. The clouds are really dark. This boat in the background looks like it's just going to fall right over into the sea, Titanic style. And then this guy is in the front. He's very brightly dressed, right? Pinks and purples and different patterns and this blue, very dramatic cape. And he is holding very magical things, creating a rainbow, right? The Two of Pentacles. Pentacles is all about the earth element. It's about things that you can see, things that you can touch, your house, your career, those kind of things. It may mean something to you, it may not, right? So in the foreground, there's not much happening. He is on very solid ground. He's on what looks like a rock. So that's interesting. So immediately, if I'm still sort of thinking of that YA book feel, right? Maybe this is the love interest. Like maybe I'm writing a YA romance. So we've got okay, so I've already started to move ahead. So let's just look at him. I started to move ahead with him toward her. Let's backtrack that a minute. let's just look at him. So he's very, ooh, he's got that long hair. You know, with the colors, I kind of see an artistic guy. Maybe he's in a band, right? He's the guy that has the guitar on his back and paint smears on his shirt. He's not the kind of guy she would go for, right? So that immediately, like, I keep connecting them because my brain. But if you just want to look at him individually, right? He's very colorful. He's very colorful. So I'm going to, maybe he's in the drama club, the AV club, right? Okay, so go. Okay, so I'm going to hold these two cards up for just a minute. What do you see? So the way that I like to start this process is what is the same about the cards and what is different about the cards. That's what I like to do first. So right away, the things that are the same is that they are individual people on the cards. There's both water, that's very the same. The clouds, there's very interesting cloud work going on, that's the same. He's holding two things, she has two puppies. Again, that's the same. Things that are different, this is more sunny, more warm and vibrant. This is dark, moody, more blues, cold, right? I feel very cold, I feel very warm, right? Those are very different. What else is different? She's wearing very orangey colors. He's got that more pinks and purples and blue colors, right? She's indoors, he's outdoors. So that's how I would start the same and the difference. And that just helps you make connections between the cards. Now, this is where the fun starts. So I like to put them in some sort of scene. Especially since there are two humans, right? So I would put them next to each other. Maybe I would even do this on my paper so they're kind of looking at each other. And I would have them start talking to each other, right? So especially if I've put these people into high school, right? She's the popular girl and he's the artistic guy. What if they accidentally bumped into each other and because she wasn't looking where she was going? Maybe one of her little friends was talking about some band that she went on a concert over the weekend and she's not listening because she's super bored. And maybe she ran into him, causing him to drop his art project. Boom. I would start writing that scene. I would literally start the dialogue. What would he say to her? What would she say to him? How would their interaction be? Have they ever noticed each other before? Maybe they were best friends as kids. That's always a fun trope. And then drifted apart as they got older. Maybe he has always had a crush on her and she has never noticed him and she's like, are you new? Right? So what would you do? So if you've put these people into your genre, I would start there. So pause the video and get a piece of paper out and start writing. Or another fun activity is to start the action of the card in one card and then go to the other card. This one is kind of interesting since they both have water. This is a really fun way to do that. So what if you start the action here with her and you start writing down, she's looking out the window. Maybe she's waiting for this boat, right? She's looking for the boat and maybe the weather turns bad. See how this cloud over here is getting a little dark? If you really kind of look, maybe the weather turns really bad and the boat has problems. Now, what does he have to do with that? I'm not sure. That's up to you as the writer. Maybe you can create the character. Maybe he got off the boat. Maybe he had to swim to safety and then kind of forget about all the stuff at the top. You could just start there. Maybe he's some sort of magician that has caused the storm. So that is another really fun way to do it, is to take the action from one card and turn it the other way. You could also do it this way. You could start with the horrible storm and then this magical dude has somehow turned it light. See, there's light coming in. So he has started this rainbow. The clouds are parting and all of a sudden we have this woman waiting for this boat and the boat's gonna make it. You could totally turn it around. And the awesome thing is you can do this with adding 3 or 4 cards. Again, just do the same thing. Look at the card individually and then look at the card as a group. What is the same about the cards? What is different about the cards? And then have the cards interact. Put them in some sort of scene. So if you really can't think of anything, or you're just doing this as a fun creativity activity or a pre-writing. This is really great for like a pre-writing session. Put them in a party. Put them in a work environment. Put them at a restaurant. Put them on the subway or waiting for a bus, right? Have them interact in some way that maybe is not even about the card, especially if the cards are really different. So if we're adding this card, right? I mean, these characters look like they could be at a Cirque du Soleil show, right? That person is a gymnast, and there are very weird creatures around them, right? This could be a very weird show. This doesn't really match the other ones, but if you just take that person in the middle as a character and put them with the other two characters waiting for the bus or at the party of a mutual friend, then you've got yourself something that you can start with. My other tips is to make sure you have something to either write on or film yourself. It's really fun to do it like this and then watch the recording. It doesn't have to be fancy. No one needs to see this, but sometimes it's easier to like show the card to the camera and then look at it and just talk all your ideas out loud, and then you can start writing. That's always fun to do. But I would have some way of recording your brainstorming sessions. The other thing is, remember, there is no wrong answer. In my signature course, Turn on the Tap, which is opening in June, get on the wait list if you'd like to have more information down in the description box. But I always tell my students there is no wrong answer. None. What you come up with is what you come up with. Just because you make a connection, let's say to these puppies, and you write down puppies, but then you never use the puppies again, that doesn't mean that was wrong. It just means you needed to write the word puppies to get to what you actually needed. Sometimes you just need to sort of pump the brain a little bit to get to the good stuff. So remember that. There is no wrong answer. There's only your answer, and your answer is beautiful. You can use this process for, like I said, pre-writing. This is a really great like creativity exercise when you just maybe need to prime yourself before you start writing. This is also really great if you get stuck anywhere. It's kind of good to get you thinking in a different way. It can also be really great to help you with ideas and character creation. I love to use two cards to come up with characters. Like you saw, I was sort of doing that naturally, coming up with random characters for a YA book. It's a really great way to get characters. It's also really good to help you get your character voice. So if you already have chosen your characters using tarot, get those cards back out or find them in a different deck. That's a really other useful information. If you have two or more decks, find the card in other decks. That'll also sometimes help you unlock different things. But get those character cards out and interact this way and see if you can deepen your relationship, deepen that voice, have them interact with each other in a different way. That's outside of what's going on in your book. Again, I love using tarot like this. Yes, you can use just one card at a time. It's great to come up with characterization, but adding that second or even third or fourth or fifth, if you want to go crazy, card helps unlock a little bit more magic and helps you find those connections that maybe you didn't see before. If you're looking at these two cards and you didn't really notice the water in the background before, but then you start comparing it to this card and somehow water unlocks a whole new thing for you and your novel, that's brilliant. If you like this video, please hit subscribe. I make new videos every other week for writers, and if you have any questions at all, hit me in the comments below.